I start with denoise, I want to go over a couple of other things that are new in Lightroom and that I think are significant. Even though the changes to the interface, which is the first new thing I'm going to talk about, are small, there are things that I'm finding really useful. Usually the interface change is like, oh, it's a bit of yawn, or it's really irritating. But this time I think it's fantastic. So let me show you what those are. I have this image up here, and if I go to the develop module, you will notice a few things. I'm going to just close up the basic panel here. First of all, there are these little dots. Oh, there's one underneath the crop tool, there's one underneath the healing brush, and there's one underneath the masking tools. That tells me, without me having to go and open those tools, that those are applied to this image. So I know there's a crop, I know that there's some spot healing, and I know that there are some masks, little tiny masks in the corner there. So, you know, that's really a fantastic change that's really helpful. And then you can also see here, this is another image. So this first set of sliders up here, that's the basic panel sliders, and there's a dot under that. And if I then look down at these basic sliders here, I can see where the eyeballs are turned on, where they're bright. That means that there are adjustments in that specific panel. So here we have, you know, basic panel adjustments. You can see the sliders are all over hell there. We've got tone curves, so we've got some kind of tone curve attached. And this is black and white. So there's black and white changes in the black and white color mixer here. They're just little things, but it's amazing how grateful I am for them. I'm really using them. So what used to be in the place of these eyeballs were the little light switches. And sometimes people would switch them on and off to see the effect of just that panel, but it was easy to forget and leave it in the off position. And then you're wondering, why isn't this working? This time you can't really leave it off. You just click and hold, and it will show you the before and after. So that's a pretty cool thing. Those are the interface changes. There's one other change that is a more advanced kind of workflow thing for you guys. And that is that if I have a raw file, let's say this raw file right here, and I want to go to Photoshop, but I want to save all the raw data by working in what's called a smart object workflow. Don't let your heads explode. I know it's super exciting, but a smart object is simply a container for, in this case, the raw image material coming in from Lightroom and all the Lightroom changes that you can access via Adobe Camera Raw right within Photoshop. So all the sliders are analogous. You'll get all your sliders. You can move them around, all those changes. And the great thing is that if I have two images selected, I can edit in open as smart object layers in Photoshop. You always used to be able to open a single image as a smart object. And we use that to like double up on color correction sometimes if we have an extreme color cast that we need to change. But now being able to open two images, both as smart objects, is really, really exciting. That means that you can open an original and a virtual copy as well as separate smart objects. So if you've developed them differently, you can open them, maintaining all the raw data, and you can combine them using layer masks or any of the other sorcery that Photoshop has to offer. So that's kind of the interface stuff.